Hey Cap Rising. Let's take a look at your astrology forecast for May 2025. So, May the 4th, we have Pluto going retrograde. Happens every year, nothing to stress about. It's just a normal cycle of life and how these transits impact us. So, Pluto going retrograde will occur in your second house of finances, resources, what you own, self-worth, self-value, the material realm. So, with retrograde energy, it's just going to get much more deeper and much more intenser. Is it going to impact everyone the same way? No, because everyone's chart is unique. But the overall theme here is really diving into the unconscious, diving into the underworld, digging in for any shadows, fears, any type of darkness that is lingering around this area of life that needs to be released, that needs to be transformed, any insecurities, that's Pluto really getting into the nitty-gritty of things, any type of false illusions as well. So that's what the focus with Pluto retrograde in the second house is really finding your true self-worth. And with Pluto, although Pluto is known as a very powerful energy, and when you look at kind of the mythology of Pluto, Hades, and the underworld, there is so much gems, magic, wisdom, so much wealth, but the overall higher manifestation of it all is what is security, what is wealth. And then for Pluto, it's things that money can't buy. So that could be one theme or manifestation of Pluto retrograde in the second house, and it's related with freedom and independence. That's the Aquarius energy, liberation. Okay, May the 10th, we have Mercury entering Taurus. Mercury will be entering your fifth house. This is the area of life that rules over play, happiness, joy, the inner child, creativity, self-expression, also romance and dating. So with Mercury here, there could be a lot of energy here, a lot of moving around, going on dates, having fun, communicating. Mercury in Taurus is very grounded. It has a lot of grace to it. So this could be a nice energy. However, something to watch out for is Mercury will be impacting Pluto and Mars. So that could be like an ego battle, ego struggle. Be very mindful of that, because you don't want to get in a situation where it becomes chaotic or it escalates and you kind of get into like some type of power struggle. That's just not healthy, but that can be a trigger with, Mercury being in Taurus and in a difficult aspect with Pluto and Mars. Let's get into more intensity, and that's May the 12th. We have a full moon in Scorpio. This full moon in Scorpio is happening in your 11th and 5th house. So the sun and Uranus will be in your 5th house, and the moon in Scorpio will be in your 11th house. This full moon is happening at 22 degrees. Take a look at your chart to see if that is impacting you the most or not. That will depend on if you have Scorpio energy close to that degree or not. Now with the sun and Uranus in an opposition with the moon, there could be a lot of uncertainty, unpredictability, just things that you didn't expect occurring. Emotions can be very intense. You can feel very sensitive. There could be a lot of energy that is very strong, a lot of psychic energy that is strong. And, grounding during this time is of so much importance, because, you can just feel all over the place with this energy. Uranus is not a stable energy. It can just change at any given time. Now, it's impacting the 11th house of friends, groups, networks, and hopes and visions for the future. It's also impacting your 5th house of creativity, self-expression, dating, romance, what brings you joy and happiness in your life. So these are the two areas of life that are going to be impacted the most. So there's going to be a lot of emotions running really strongly through these areas of life, and there may be something that changes dramatically. This is also indicating where something needs to be released or pushed or moved out of like your energetic field. Something that needs to change or transform. The full moon in Scorpio will be in a conjunction with Juno. Juno is a goddess of commitment and marriage, so there could also be a lot of relationship stuff that comes up during this time that is connected with either friendships, groups, networks, or even hopes and visions for the future. Nonetheless, this is a highly emotional time, and you will really understand and feel more of your darker, deeper emotions that have been kind of hiding or that have been brewing up for a while. This is a time where they're going to be released, and you can do a lot of shadow work during this time. Now let's get into Saturn, because Saturn changes signs this month. On May the 24th, it enters Aries, which means it will impact your 4th house of home and family, your personal life, security, stability, safety, where you go to rejuvenate. where you go to retreat. Now, Saturn is giving us a little sneak peek and a little taste of this transit because it will go retrograde. And, Aries is a very freedom-orientated energy, but with Saturn, it kind of feels a little contained and it kind of feels a little more restricted. And this is a time where you can come to more realizations of where you are limited and where you are restricted. This could also add more pressure because you have to take on more responsibility or take a lot of accountability. There's more duty, there's more commitment that's required, especially regarding home and family. And as a Capricorn, family structure is very important. Work, career is very important. Having both these areas of life is very important. And this could be like a restructure. And it's going to be really profound as well during the new moon that we have on May the 26th. So May the 20th, the sun enters Gemini. May the 25th, Mercury enters Gemini. And then May the 26th, we have a new moon in Gemini, all happening in your 6th house of work, routine, daily life and habits, lifestyle, mind, body, soul, and spirit. So there could be a lot of energy around work, a new beginning, a new opportunity, promotion, or something new that happens that is very positive, because this new moon in Gemini is very positive. It's a very light-hearted energy. So a lot of developments occurring here. However, something to be aware of is Saturn and Neptune will be in a conjunction in your 4th house. So there is something going on at home or family life or in your personal life or in your inner realm, when it comes to safety, security, stability, where there's more pressure, more demands, more duties that you have to kind of take over, more responsibilities. This is also false layers being peeled off, dissolving, rose-tinted glasses shattering, and really realizing what area of life you've been romanticizing or looking at from rose-tinted glasses. And for you, it's home, family, stability, security, the 4th house. So there could be a lot of things that are revealed during this time. And even though there's a lot of positivity, there's still the Saturn energy that wants you to learn more, grow more, be more mature, be more wise, even though you're ruled by Saturn. And because you are ruled by Saturn, it kind of impacts you more profoundly. So that's something that's going to be very significant this month as well. So Cap Rising, have an incredible month ahead. I hope everything works out in your favor, and I will speak with you very soon.